not drinking beer. I'm drinking water.
2 touchdowns a game?
Yes, in the game.
You're tripping.
How high? No,
Greatest fucking Super Bowl time.
I don't know what we're doing in the front office, man.
Twiddling our fucking dick.
Ryan, I just need you to drink this.
Wide receiver trivia. That's what she said.
Upset.
Are those crutches?
You can see Ryan's crutches in the
What is going on, folks? Welcome back. Welcome back to your favorite show on the internet. This is After Further Review, episode 219. I'm your co-host, Jalen Brown.
I am your other co-host, Malin Dennis.
I'm your other great co-host, Nestor.
And I am your favorite special guest co-host, Jumbo Spade.
Yes, sirs. Folks, we are back again for our post-Christmas edition of After Further Review, your favorite NBA and NFL podcast. And today's the 26th of December, so hope everybody had a good Christmas day. Hope you had lots of food, got to enjoy some family, watch some football. Before we go any further, let's cheers to this episode. Good holiday season, boys. So whatever you got, raise them on high. Look at that. Cheers away.
What's everybody sipping on tonight?
That was Jameson I took a shot of.
This is surprisingly good. This Whistle Pig.
Hey, oh no, that's the Camp Stock. G Money has that.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly
Whistle
good.
Pig Camp Stock. Yeah, I got a bottle of Larceny Barrel Proof. The 125 proof, so it's kicking out 62.55%. But it is smooth as a midget's ass. It is dangerous. It is dangerous.
The fact that he's so confident that midgets have small ass, has smooth ass. Okay,
June, I'm not even sure that midgets grow hair. They might have toupees. Man, I don't know. What are you talking about?
I swear this is an NFL and NBA podcast. I swear it is. I know we haven't gotten anything about that in yet, but glad you guys, were any of those Christmas gifts that you're sipping on right now?
Yes, mine was from my brother.
Nice.
I got no Christmas gifts.
Okay. I'm drinking this German beer that I don't know how to pronounce, which would not be the first time I didn't know how to pronounce the German beer. Exactly. The one from Epcot, I don't know how to pronounce that one either. Anyway.
Call them back to the fatherland over here. We're going to be in trouble.
Folks, we're just going to hop right into things, which we're going to start off with the Christmas games that we had yesterday. We're going to hit the Chiefs and Steelers game, and the Chiefs won 24 to 10. Sorry. Yes, in Pittsburgh, Chiefs came in, handled their business, locked up that number one seed in the AFC. Question for the Steelers fans after they've now lost, I think, 3 in a row. Should they be concerned with their team as the playoffs near? We can start with you, June.
Well, yeah, I no doubt. I mean, you're coming out to the last month of the season. You want to go into the playoffs hot. You want to go in and you want to send a message into the playoffs to everyone. Say, we are here and we are for real. Right now, what the Pittsburgh Steelers are showing is they are a very vulnerable team. A month ago, this was a cohesive team. Tomlin had this team rolling. We were all praising them. but then the wheels have come off, and right now they riding on two wheels on a four-wheel truck. Okay, so they need to right the ship. They got 2 weeks left to right this ship. If they do not, they're gonna be bounced out the playoffs before the playoffs even start.
Malin.
I mean, first off, I want to say that the Steelers have done you dirty, Jalen. Because if anyone has been talking about how much of a believer they are in the Steelers, 11 days ago, it was you. You were like, I'm a believer in Steelers. They're legit, all this. And then they're like, you know what? I think I remember you making Shaq put a sock in his mouth one time. And even though his bitch ass didn't swallow it. And but no, 3 losses in 11 days hurts. 3 losses in 11 days hurts, not just in the win-loss standings. You're already not going to win the division now. You had that just locked up if you just could have beaten Baltimore, probably. So you're not going to win the division. It's got to hurt your mentals a little bit, right? Because here you were 10-3, and now you're 10-6 after playing 3 good teams. Let's face it, right? They played the Eagles, they played Baltimore, and they played Kansas City. Those are all 3 going to be playoff teams, and they lost to all of them. Now, they look non-competitive for, about, I'd say 8 out of 12 quarters of football against those 3 good teams. So it's got to hurt you a little bit on, like, hey, how do we really stack up against these really great teams? They're still going to make the playoffs. But now it's going to be a wild card. They had an opportunity to do some stuff. If they had taken care of businessman, they could have been the 2nd seed, could have won their division. Russell Wilson flying high. Russell Wilson was playing for that contract. I swear to God, every time I got the red zone on now, Russell Wilson's getting sacked. Like every single damn possession, he's getting sacked. One of them 4 downs. I don't know what's going on there. They did have Pickens back on this one, so Steelers fans can't say, well, we lost because we didn't have Pickens. You had Pickens back. It didn't matter. So I don't know. I think they're looking more. 11 days ago, we were all saying they were contenders. But a lot has changed in 11 days. A lot. They've played 3 good teams, and they've lost the 3 good teams. And most of it wasn't competitive. If they were competitive, maybe I'm still calling them contenders. But I think I'd be concerned if I was a Steelers fan.
Go ahead, Nestor.
Well, yeah, just like Malin said, they lost to 3 pretty good teams, and just the way you're losing 3 straight games in December, where if you win those games, even if you have a fairly mediocre record, if you start winning games in December, you look good heading into the playoffs. If you show the complete opposite, you get to December, you start losing games. Nobody wants a team that get into the playoffs to just lose a game and everybody just say, yep, they were frauds, or yep, they weren't as good as we thought they were. So it's just disappointing. Their offense has gotten better. You got a guy like Russell that can make big plays. Yes. It's just they're not there yet. And I think Tom is a good coach, but the team is just they're just not there yet. In terms of offensively or maybe some pieces too on defense. So, and then the Chiefs just do what they do best. They win without many options. So this is the same story all over again. So yeah, that gritty football didn't get them that far. So
yeah, I'm gonna agree. I think this is a definitely a cause for pause for the Steelers fan base. You don't want to be cold heading into the postseason. You just never, ever want that, because this is not like other sports where you're the best out of 7, so you can afford to drop a game if you start off kind of slow. You have one bad game, that is going to be your last game for the rest of the season. There you go. So they've got 2 more weeks ish to turn this thing around and try and get back on track, because I think the real big issue is their run game has been trash as of late. Najee Harris turned back into Najee Harris.
Yeah, he did.
It's just super underwhelming.
Shaq brought out that jersey. I bet he's been wearing it the last
Probably.
couple days, man.
He's feeling good. He had the jersey on.
It's feeling great.
Yeah. He turned back into a pumpkin, and
Oh.
once their offense becomes one dimensional, they're not that good through the air where they can just beat you that way. I think that's been on full display these past several weeks. They've got to establish that run game again. Now, granted, part of that is because they went up against three of the best teams in the NFL, so you're going to get three very good run defenses, but still, they've got to get it turned around. And it kind of goes to show, like, well, you're going to be playing good teams in the playoffs, so what does it tell you about yourself? So, hey, Chiefs fans, still in there.
Oh, go quiet, Kate.
Now, let's move on to the next game here. Eagles and the Commanders, 33-36 was the final score, with the Commanders getting the dub. This was after 5 turnovers from Washington.
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable that they were still able to pull this one out. Jalen Hurts did go out of the game with concussion, and the great Kenny Pickett came in to finish things off, and boy did he. Eagles take a loss. Was this a big deal for the Eagles or not? June, we'll start with you again.
Yeah, I mean, of course it's a big deal. I mean, you got a team that turns the ball over 5 times and you can't put them away. We have never seen that in a modern era. Y'all know that, right? That was like history made. Okay? I don't care if Kenny Pickett came in. You got Saquon Barkley in the backfield. Washington's run defense is still not that great. It's not that impressive. You saw what the Cowboys did to them. The Cowboys hadn't been running the ball. Well, last year was going to run pretty good, but the run game hasn't been that great. But the Cowboys ran all over them. A couple of teams have ran over Washington. You got Saquon Barkley, and you can't put this team away, even with Jalen Hurts being out. You turn around, you hand the ball to Saquon, and you move out the way. How hard is that, Kellen Moore? Huh? Where you at, Kellen Moore?
I knew it.
What is Kellen Moore doing? I'm sorry. Nick Sirianni is a defensive guy. He doesn't understand what's going on. He understands, situationally, but throughout the course of the game, Nick Sirianni is looking at the offensive coordinator to take this game over. And Kellen Moore and this offense let them down. Again, 5 turnovers, your offense should be putting up multiple touchdowns. This game should have been over in the first half. And the Eagles let this game slip away. And I don't care if Jalen Hurts went out or not. You still got Saquon Barkley back there. And you still had the lead. So this is a game. We talk about the Steelers limping in. Let's talk about the Eagles, okay, limping into the playoffs. Okay? They finna limp in and get their asses booted out. Hey.
Go ahead, Maitland.
June, sometime, not episode 219, but sometime between 219 and episode 300, like, I'm going to have, like, a big cutout of Kellen Moore, and I'm going to need you to point out, like, what part of him hurt you so bad. Because everything you said, I loved it. It was great, man. That would have rallied the troops. It was emotional. It just wasn't very factual. Because they ran the ball 39 times for 211 yards. That's a 5.4 average, and they had 2 touchdowns. So he was calling run plays. He was running the ball. He only let Kenny Pickett throw it 24 times, and that was being egregious. I think a little bit. First of all, I'm really glad that I'm able to bring out the moniker Little Piggy Pickett with the little ass goddamn digits. So good on Pickett still being in the NFL. I actually forgot that he existed as a human being. Until I was like, who the hell is the man with the mullet? Is it shit? But no. Okay, so when you want to talk about the 5 turnovers, Philadelphia defense with those 5 turnovers, most of those were on the other side of the field. They could have turned into what were punts. So it's not like the Eagles were getting short fields off of those 5 turnovers and then not scoring points off short fields. They were still having to drive 80 yards, 70 yards, 65 yards, and with Little Piggy Pickett, you become one-dimensional. Okay? You become one-dimensional. Saquon still had 150 yards rushing off of 29 carries, but I think he got like 70-something yards off of one run alone. But am I worried about it? No. Because we all know that if Jalen Hurts was in the game for 4 quarters instead of half of 1 quarter, they're scoring more than 33 points. And Washington doesn't have the ball in the 4th quarter the way they had the ball in the 4th quarter. Why? Because Jalen Hurts is a better playmaker than Little Piggy Pickett. And God damn it, is that a fumble? That better not be a fumble. I think they just fumbled. I'm pissed off. That was 3rd and 3.
No, Seattle still has it. Y'all still have it.
God damn it. Yeah, but now it's 4th down. Son of a bitch. Oh, okay. Well, why is 51 humping the ball? That's a problem. Okay, but anyways, no. It's not a problem because when Jalen Hurts is healthy, they'll be fine, man. They're still they lost with a backup quarterback to who's going to be the rookie of the year in a pretty good Washington team. If Washington had lost Jaden Daniels, they'd have lost the game. So I'm not concerned about it. It is what it is. Hurts will be fine. Just got his head dinged a little bit. He even gave the ref the thumbs up. I don't know why the ref didn't believe him. So whatever, it's fine.
Go ahead, Nestor.
Yeah, I agree. I just think that the Eagles had some moments where they could have put these guys away and sealed the game. And of course, maybe having Jalen Hurts in there would have allowed them to do that. But they just made some silly mistakes, and they let this other team back in the game. And I actually watched this at the bar, and I couldn't believe my eyes because I remember we were picking the ride or die, and I was like, "This is the game I'm absolutely going to win over G Money." And this shit happens, and I'm looking at them completely fall apart. What I do fear is that maybe there's an element there still where the Eagles are just inconsistent and is showing some signs of that heading into the playoffs. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see an Eagles team that just appears like this in the playoffs and some team upsets them or they don't get to Super Bowl because of these dumb mistakes. So, yeah.
When you guys say like a team like this, though, you guys mean a team without Jalen Hurts? Like, is that what we're talking about?
I'm talking about a competitive team. I'm facing a good team in the playoffs, and they make stupid mistakes because of their coaching or just dropping a ball like Devontae Smith did.
Oh,
And
oh my God.
Oh, well, that's
Bro,
Kellen
you-
Moore's fault.
You
That's
gotta
Kellen
be
Moore's fault.
serious.
That ain't Devontae Smith's fault.
No, that was Devontae.
Devontae.
CeeDee Lamb would have never.
Oh,
Because CeeDee Lamb is never. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
He's top 5
Oh, man.
wide receivers. So
At this point,
going,
I feel like June is going to pull a mask off and it's going to be Homer Simpson. Because this is some Homer shit coming out of this man with the NFC East.
I would love to
I love
say,
it. I'm here for it. It's great.
Yeah, there's
Ugh.
a lot of emotion coming from that square right now. I would love to say that this is going to lead to the Eagles' implosion, But I really think this was much to do about nothing. If Jalen Hurts finished that game, they're going to win that game. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It doesn't matter. Kellen Moore, and it doesn't matter who's calling the plays. Like, they would have been all right. Kenny Pickett is god awful. June was mentioning should have ran the ball more, but Saquon had damn near 30 carries and had a great game.
Running more.
So yeah, we see those clips of the coaching staff, yelling at each other, the players arguing on the sidelines. So it seems like there's clearly some underlying stuff that goes on, but they've been successful this whole season, so shit ain't pretty, but it works. I don't think this loss wasn't a result of that behavior. This was just Jalen Hurts got a concussion, and that was that. I don't think we need to read into it a bunch and think that it's some deep-rooted issue. They'll be all right. They've got 2 more divisional games against 2 bad football teams coming up here. They should feast on those teams and cruise right into the playoffs. Yeah, they lost to a good team, and unfortunately, their offense was non-existent once Hurts was out.
So, as we look at the Eagles right now, as the Eagles sit right now, they're going to play probably the Washington Commanders first round, right? They're going to be the 2 seed. So they're going to play the Commanders, who, if the Commanders stay the course, could be the 7th seed, because they're not going to overcome the Packers or the Vikings. But say if the Packers lose the last 2 games and the Commanders win the next 2 games, can the Eagles beat the Packers? They're not catching Minnesota. The Minnesota's not going to lose. And even if they did, they still hold the 5 seed. But if you come down to the last week with the Packers and the Washington Commanders for that 6th and 7th seed, can the Commanders, can the Eagles, are the Eagles a better team than the Packers right now? Can you say that definitively?
I think so.
I think
so. Only
I think
because
a very close game.
Yeah, I just think that Philly has a good run defense, and that's kind of started how they were able to beat the Steelers when they did. If you get the Packers one-dimensional, which my Seahawks could not do in clear display on prime time, then that Packers team can tend to look a little bit lost. If Josh Jacobs gets going, the Packers, of course, could beat anybody. That's kind of one of the things that I love about this football season, June, is that even though the Kansas City Chiefs have locked up the 1 seed, and we think the Detroit Lions are going to lock up the 1 seed, and we got all these teams in the playoffs, it's like a fucking crapshoot. I would not be betting money in the playoffs if it wasn't for this show, because to me, there's just so many teams that have a chance at winning it. So when you ask me about Green Bay or Philly, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I flip a coin, is it going to be head or tails?
Right.
I just feel like that's with all them NFC teams.
Yeah. I look at Green Bay and Philly. They look like the same team.
Yeah.
They look like exactly the same team.
Reed
ball
and
can roll
Wilson,
either way.
that's all over Caleb Williams' face.
All right. Last game on the recap here. The Bucks lose to the Cowboys on Sunday night. The Bucks put up 24, Cowboys 26. June, we'll start with you. This was against your team here. Did the Bucks cost themselves the NFC South with this loss?
It is definitely possible that they did. I mean, this was Jalen, you asked a question earlier this week. What coach is on the hot seat? After this loss to the Cowboys, I'm putting Todd Bowles on the hot seat. There's no way you could not put that man on the hot seat after this loss. There's no way the team is not prepared to go in and beat a team without their starting quarterback, with a backup quarterback. Even though Cooper Rush is a capable backup, he's still a backup. He can't make those throws. He can't make those decisions on 3rd down like a starter could. You know what I mean? Improvise and things like that. And basically, Todd Bowles was beaten by a basic ass team.
Damn.
That's what you saw. The Cowboys are so basic right now. That Todd Bowles, you won a Super Bowl. Now, granted, you had arguably the greatest quarterback of all time, but your defense is probably the one who got you there most of the time.
Big.
But the simple fact of the matter is, Todd Bowles, you should have won this game. Baker Mayfield is not the best quarterback, but he's a capable quarterback. So Todd Bowles, if he does not make the playoffs, I fully expect Tampa to go ahead and release him after this season. So this game, plus not making the playoffs, could be it's a very high implications for this team with the Bucks to see what they're going to do for the future. And my God, man, they just this was a you talk about a horrible loss at the end of the season. This is one of the worst losses I've ever seen by a team at the end of the season.
God damn.
Man, let's get.
But CeeDee Lamb will never drop a pass.
Never.
Basic
Go ahead,
ass
man.
team. Jesus, man. I don't even talk about my Seahawks that way. God damn. The Falcons are one game up, right?
They tied,
They're tied right now.
but
Okay,
but see
here's
how
why-
the Falcons have the tiebreaker because they beat them twice.
Yes, they do. Okay, so they're tied with the Falcons with the tiebreaker. Now, first of all, I would like to say that Michael Penix did look damn good and efficient in his game last week. That interception was not his fault. That is Nestor's favorite player in the world. Kyle Pitts just playing hot potato with batting it to the other team in the most ridiculous first interception I've ever seen a quarterback throw in his life.
Why
But
we don't
that
pass
team
it?
put up some points. Now, when it comes to did they cost us the division, I don't think they did yet. And here's the reason why. Both of them play Carolina. I would like to be able to chalk the Carolina game up to a win for both teams because I do think the Falcons and the Bucks are infinitely better than both those teams.
Mhm.
The Falcons this week have to play the Washington Commanders. It's the first time that you will have on prime time two rookie quarterbacks, both picked in the first round, playing each other. Just so happens that it's Michael Penix's second game, and Jaden Daniels has been doing shit all year. The Bucks play Carolina, and then they end the year with the Saints. They have a much easier two-game stretch
Mhm.
than the Falcons do. That's going to be a tough game. If the Falcons beat the Commanders, it's done.
Yeah.
Bucks aren't in the playoffs. If the Falcons lose to the Commanders, which is possible, it's like we're flipping another damn quarter, right? Is it going to be George Washington or is it going to be a bald eagle? If they lose, then you're giving the Bucks a shot. So it's interesting, but I do think that I think the Falcons are in the driver's seat. We just got to see what happens in this Falcons-Washington game. It's no longer in Tampa's hands, or they're no longer in the driver's seat to control their own destiny.
Yeah.
When that happens, that's not a good place to be 2 weeks out. My Seahawks are there right now. It's not good 2 weeks out when you need help.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It'll be interesting. I like it. I like the drama. End of the year.
This is Kyle Pitts trying to catch a ball every other pass. Oh, hey. Oh, shit.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yep. And then the other team grabbed it. God damn it, Pitts.
Go ahead, Nestor.
Jesus Christ.
I think in the beginning of the season, I said there was going to be one or two games where Tampa was going to drop the ball, and this was it. I feel like I remember when they lost against Denver at home, the way they lost, not because they lost to Denver specifically, just the way they lost just felt very, I don't know, just like they dropped the ball there too. Losing to Bo Nix at home that early in the season, yeah, you kind of fumbled there. And then I just feel like you had no business losing to the Falcons that much, given how they're very inconsistent offensively. I think they could have done better there. So at this point, I do look a little bit at the coaching, but this is still Tampa. They don't have the best. I mean, Mike Evans is still doing his thing, but Baker Mayfield is only a good quarterback, I would say. So there's not a lot of things they could do with that
You
running
only
offense they have.
you don't need to give Baker some more flowers than that, man.
Yeah.
It's been
I would say this:
the
he went to
last 2 years.
Detroit and won. So it's weird to see them lose this way.
He's
This
been
is what they get
cooking.
for not putting a team away like the Cowboys with Cooper Rush. They should have done more there.
If they don't make the playoffs, though, it's not going to be because of this Cowboys loss. It's because they lost a game to the Falcons, okay? And it's because they ran that god-awful
So yeah.
play at the end of the game against the Ravens and got Godwin hurt. So they didn't even have their second best. He was actually their best receiver at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So I mean, if they don't make the playoffs, it's going to be because of that. You can go ahead and throw the Broncos in there too.
Yeah.
It always felt like it was going to be, if they didn't get there, it was going to be because of their own fault, not because of the Falcons being a great team or a good team, because they haven't been good. The Falcons haven't been like a good team.
Wow, that sucks.
That's a very strange way for the Bears to somehow score. Sorry, look at the replay.
I thought they blew the play dead. So how could he score?
Touchdown.
Right.
There was a whistle. There was a fucking whistle.
This is gonna get exciting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open up.
But yeah, I mean,
Anyway. So. Okay, they are saying you're down by contact. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, how do you just come out of that with the ball and you're not touched?
No, just like CD Lamb doesn't drop any passes.
with a concept ball.
Now they're taking away the touchdown. Jesus Christ. I'm playing my fucking emotions.
I think that the Bucks
Okay.
fumbled the bag here, but not really with this specific loss per se. I think that once they lost to the Falcons twice, that put their destiny in someone else's hands there. And then, of course, they had some more things that moved the needle even further, like losing Chris Godwin, losing this game, losing to the Broncos at home, all those other little things. They're lucky that they're only, a half game out of that first place spot, because it could be even worse if the Falcons would have got their head out of their ass earlier and started Michael Penix earlier. But they kept messing around with Kirk Cousins, and the Bucs have been able to stay right there this whole time. But hey, Michael Penix in that first game, he looks good, and if he continues to look like that for the next 2 weeks, they're gonna win this division for sure. The Bucs do have two fairly easy games, but Carolina and New Orleans are gonna give them a hard time. They're not gonna just roll over easily. So, unfortunately, it seems like it's curtains for the Bucs playoffs hopes. I would love to be wrong though, because if you could host another playoff game, that would be great.
Yeah, because we could go to it. So that'd be fun. I will say though, hey guys, real quick before we go, there were 4 quarterbacks picked in the first round, right? Last year. Okay. If you had started the season and you said that 3 out of the 4 first-round rookie quarterbacks would be starting a game in the playoffs, but one of them wasn't Caleb Williams, would you guys have taken that bet?
Yeah, because
you're gonna have Bone. Well, Michael Penix wasn't even starting, and you had some people picking the Bears to go to the goddamn Super Bowl. Nick
No.
FS1.
No. I never even saw the Bears going to the playoffs.
Yeah, he did.
I had him at 9-8, so I wouldn't have him at. The team I'm most surprised about, Minnesota is the most surprising team. Okay.
Well, that's not a rookie quarterback. That's not what we're talking about.
Right.
I know.
I'm just saying,
But they
Bo
were
Nix,
supposed to have.
Jay
They were supposed
Daniels,
to have.
Michael Penix could all be in the playoffs,
Right.
and Caleb Williams just sitting there, just stewing in the Windy City.
Yeah, it's an interesting mix of quarterbacks. I would never have guessed before the season started that would be playoff bound.
Right.
Okay, well, that's going to do it for the first half of this week's episode. Bunch of recaps. When we get to the second half, we are going to give gifts to our team. We could pick what we want for our NFL or NBA team to receive, and then hit the ride or die in 5 with G Money, picking some games in the NFL this weekend as we get down to the final couple weeks of the NFL regular season. So, June, thank you so much for joining us for a great first half. If you want to follow June on TikTok, it is always linked down in the description below. So be sure to do that if you want a nice Cowboys TikTok page to follow. We're going to be back in about 10 minutes.
He's always going to give it to you straight. No bias.
No bias whatsoever. We're going to be back in about 10 minutes with the one and the only G Money. So sit tight and we will be back soon.
So some people decided to get some hate on my take. CeeDee Lamb, not top 5 wide receiver in the NFL. Your boy currently 32nd in the league in receptions, number 10 in yards, 35th in touchdown. That doesn't sound elite. There's 32 teams in the NFL, and this man is below 32 in 2 out of 3 major categories. So go ahead, Cowboys fans. Blame Dak, blame McCarthy, but your boy CeeDee Lamb is not even a top 30 wide receiver in 2 out of 3 categories in the NFL.
You have Tom Brady on your bench, Nestor?
Yeah.
How do you have on his roster? That might be one of the reasons why you're trash, man.
I did that when I was already eliminated. There was one week where Tom Brady got more points than Travis Etienne. Etienne, there was a week he got negative 0.2 points.
I think my team is still a good team.
You're eliminated, June.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Am I eliminated?
You're eliminated too. We're all eliminated.
Oh,
Except for G Money.
I'm not doing shit then.
What was that noise? Why is it that everyone is just unanimously assuming that Lamar Jackson is running away with the MVP race right now? Lamar Jackson, 68% completion, 2,300 yards, 20 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 500 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. I'm looking at Josh Allen, 64 completion. He's got over 2,000 yards. He's 17-2. And he's only got 260 yards rushing, but he has 3 touchdowns. I think it's a lot closer. Baltimore has a better running back. I don't think that Shakir or Coleman or Kincaid are better than Flowers and Andrews, likely. Lamar Jackson has better weapons around him. Josh Allen is keeping pace with less around him. And I think that it's like a 1A, 1B right now between those two.
fuck?
Well, I just walked 2 miles in this damn stadium.
Can I get a Miller Lite, man? Miller.
Okay. I like your shirt.
It's like $18. Fuck. We're row G. Seats 21, 22. And LSU I apologize. Oh, drinks. You're good. You're good. I want to know what happened to Baltimore's defense. Bucks ain't this good.
Incomplete. 3rd and goal. Technically, it's 101st.
Holding. Bring that shit back. You're a wizard. $1 more would have gotten you a highlight. They conned us. They conned us into this.
That's some bullshit.
Excuse me, sir. There's a lot of elderly Ravens fans right here.
Yes, the Baltimore Colts marching band back when they used to have a marching band.
A lot of popcorn. Well, there goes our points.
There goes our points. Why are you so mad, man? You're so angry. They're going to the exit.
Henry on the carry. Held down by Levante David. 2nd and 11 at the 41.
You lucked out with Brady. 3.
Last shit don't matter. Better get before that. You
So you bet me 4-3?
Yeah, we 4-3, and we gonna win our division. Y'all will not.
No, you're not even knowing.
Atlanta
way better than y'all. You crazy.
Oh, shit. Atlanta's way
Aaron Rodgers. He has to be in the perfect situation for him to have worked out. They're going to have to make a decision next year. I hope they make the right decision and let the guy go.
I think they brought in Aaron Rodgers wanting to win a Super Bowl, but you got to remember who the team is. It's the Jets. When have they ever, even when it seems like they make the right move, it ends up being the wrong move? People give the Cowboys crap year in and year out when they don't win a Super Bowl, yet they won 12 games 3 years in a row. But it seems like Aaron Rodgers always gets a freaking pass. It's always somebody else's fault when it comes to Aaron Rodgers not even getting back to a Super Bowl.
The offense is fine. It's that defense that needs some help, but this defense has got to be fixed.
They can be great. I wouldn't necessarily call them frauds. I just think they're fraudulent at times.
They are exactly what we saw last season. They're not frauds. I just feel like they are the Ravens.
I guess I'm going to be the one person that comes on here and calls them frauds. But their secondary is terrible. They'll let anybody come in there and throw a party on them.
Right.
Justin Tucker, he has the yips.
Don't even get June going on that Ravens defense going up against Kellen Moore offense.
Kellen Moore had a first grade math workbook as his play calling sheet, and he ran circles around.
It's like the Bills in the 90s, man. People don't realize that the Bills and the Dolphins pretty much played every year for the AFC Championship game and played for the AFC East, and the Dolphins always lost. It was in their head, and that's what it seems to be now. It's just in Tua's head.
Tua needs great people around him for him to be great. Josh Allen makes other people around him better than what they are. When you have a quarterback like that, you're going to beat the quarterback that needs the people more often than not. Buffalo is the standard still in the AFC East right now.
The Dolphins defense cannot contain Josh Allen. just looking back the past couple years, this past game, he threw for 235 yards. When they played them earlier this year, only 139 yards, but that was game 2 and went down, and they just ran the ball all over the Dolphins. Playoff game, 359 yards, 320 yards, 304 yards, 400 yards. He is
and everybody
torched
can
them.
continue to laugh at me when I say that the Lions are better. No,
Come on, dog. You gotta let that shit go.
Hold
You have to let that shit go, bro.
The power rankings on ESPN and NFL Network are agreeing with me. Pro Football Focus agrees
eye
with me.
test.
And here's
Eye
the thing.
test, bro.
Yeah, the eye test. Eye test is easy because Detroit's blowing people out and Kansas City is barely winning games. Kansas City is plus 56 on point differential. They've scored 203 points, given up 147. Detroit, on the other hand, has scored 258, given up 148. They're plus 110. They're more than 50 points better in the point differential than Kansas City. And luck has everything to do with it sometimes when you win games and when you have the refs help.
Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to the second half. Your favorite show on the internet, AFR, featuring G Money as our special second half guest. G Money, Merry Christmas to you. How are you, good sir?
Merry Christmas, guys. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. Most of all, I'm tired of my team losing to shitty fucking teams. At least they're good teams, I get it. At least the shitty fucking teams, please stop. Stop right now.
I would just like to currently state that we are currently ahead.
It doesn't feel like
Not
it,
looking good. But
yeah, I'm waiting for Gino to throw another pick.
Hey,
yeah.
Don't put that out there.
Manifesting this.
Let's take our second
tried
half.
to do that.
Cheers. I went ahead and used the break to make myself an old fashioned, Four Roses old fashioned.
Oh, there you go.
In my Christmas
nice
rocks glass.
I had a Woodford 15-year old fashioned at Maggiano's tonight.
Oh,
nice.
It was a smoked one. They came out with that box and everything, and I was like, "God damn, Maggiano's! I didn't know you did it like that."
Yeah, more and more restaurants are investing in their cocktail game.
Yep, presentation. Even though, I don't know why he made me take it out of the box. Like
He's like, you're actually gonna light it. You're actually gonna make the drink yourself. Or you're just gonna bring you the ingredients.
Like, you can take it out the box for me. I don't know why I got to reach my hand in there, but whatever.
Best drink I've ever had in my life, Tokyo Sunset. Just saying. Proceed.
Jesus Christ. See, this is why I'm scared to be with you in Vegas, Nestor. This is why I'm nervous about taking you to Vegas. If a Tokyo Sunset is your favorite drink.
That's because of what the bartender put a little surprise into his sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nestor's going to end up roofied and naked in a hotel room he doesn't recognize.
His own reflection.
Shit's going to be gone.
All right.
Wondering why his bunghole hurts. Like, why does it hurt when I shit? It's like, yeah.
Or why is it easier when I shit? I don't know. Yeah, all right, let's go.
Let's get to it is the season of giving. And I think last year, every year before we did this, but we're each going to mention if we could have our team, whether it's whatever team you would want to mention here, it doesn't have to be NFL. If a gift could be given to improve your team, just one thing, what would you ask for as of right now, December 2024? Could be player, coach, maybe a specific position. If you want to mention a specific player, just a position you want to improve. So yeah, we'll each go around and mention what that is. G Money, we will start with you.
Better play on the offensive line. That's what I want. You give me a solid offensive line, and I'll show you the playoffs.
I like that. Straight to the point.
Yes. Go ahead, Malin.
Mine's not straight to the point. So, because I put a lot of thought into this, Jalen.
Good.
At first, I was thinking, like, give me Lamar Jackson or give me Josh Allen on the Seahawks. And then I thought, now I'd probably get killed behind this offensive line, so that wouldn't work. And so then I thought specifically, like, give me the 1992 Dallas Cowboys offensive line. But then I think Geno Smith would still throw interceptions in the red zone. So I'm going to go ahead and just conclude over the fact that my Seahawks are fucked. And I'm going to go basketball on this. I'm going to say if you give me a Christmas gift from now until the end of the NBA season, it would be that everybody is healthy and no injuries to our Boston Celtics the rest of the way. That would be my wish. I think if we're healthy the rest of the way, I think we win the chip. So yeah. No injuries. No rest games either, god damn it, Tatum.
Malin, you and
Son
I,
of a bitch.
a lot of times we were on the same wavelength, and this is another one of those instances because I went through the same process of elimination for my Patriots, and it was too much to ask Santa to bring just one thing to make any real difference if I'm getting one free gift here. So instead, I just went to the NBA and said, hey, if we could just keep the core healthy, I will be just fine with that. And we can run this thing back 2 years in a row.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Great minds think alike.
Yes. And I want to just
I will take an NBA.
Why is it the Celtics? Please stop coming down to Florida and specifically Orlando and losing games here. Stop doing that.
Yeah, I would be greatly appreciative of that. And I would like to say that, it just makes sense to where, I would pick an NBA championship because the team is healthy over like a wild card playoff loss, which would still inevitably ensue if the Seahawks were to have any of the two things that I just mentioned. And so to me, it was kind of being easy. I don't think Nestor can nail it down to one thing, though. I think Nestor is too scorned this year, and there's too many hurts. I don't know if he has it in him to pick one.
Nestor, tell us
what's
why.
your one, Nestor? I can see the pain in his eyes. He's
Tell
like,
us
I
why
wish that
you're-
Tua was never concussed. Tua can never get concussed again.
Tua's got a iron head.
Where we're like, fuck bringing gifts. Be God, Santa. Just make illnesses and shit go away.
Make Jimmy Butler want to stay in Miami. Change his desires.
I think he is staying. Unfortunately.
Yeah, Pat Riley did come out pretty unequivocally and said that they're not going to trade him, but you can't believe anything that people say.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nestor,
I mean,
what's
they
yours?
say that, and then
You guys are really going to ask me?
You cannot ask for Tokyo Sunset. It has to be sports related.
Tokyo Sunsets for everybody in Miami. And I get to live in Miami. And yeah, that's about it. Because, no, I would hope, you know what? I don't know, man. My brain says, new GM for the Dolphins because we have no fucking O-line. And this is why Tua's getting hurt. And even if we had a good quarterback, guess what? He would get hurt a lot because of our O-line and our incompetent GM.
I like it.
So
this is why you're not thinking specific enough. Because you can get a new GM, but it doesn't mean you're going to get a great O-line. Like, pick a great O-line and say, I want that O-line. Like the
I want
92
Belichick.
Cowboys. Offensive line.
GM.
But,
You want
okay, so
Belichick
you
as
don't
your
ever want
GM?
to draft a good wide
Belichick
receiver ever
leaves
again.
the Carolinas.
You don't want any skill position players on offense ever, is what you're saying.
No.
You want
Well,
backup
there's-
quarterbacks and meatheads from Arizona Is
Yep.
what you want. Okay.
We probably have
could
better
have gone
record
with
than we do now.
you could have gone with the
Doing this
92
shit.
Cowboys offensive line, but bold choice. Bold choice.
That's a lot of players, bro. That's not one thing.
Bold choice. I don't know about the GM pick for Belichick, but hey, this is his list, not ours.
I could just transfer it to me. I can go to Dubai with some Tokyo sunsets. Big penthouse with a bunch of. I'm not gonna go there, but yeah.
I'm just saying. I would like any offensive line for my team that made Emmitt Smith's mediocre ass into a Hall of Famer. That's all I'm saying. So there you go.
Well, we have an interesting combination of lists here. But hey, if we're good, we will get what we asked for. That's what we've been taught, right? That's how it works.
He said Belichick. He wants Belichick as his GM. That's the reason why he's not the coach anymore, Nestor. It's because he was the fucking GM. That's why he's not the coach anymore.
You're gonna compare Belichick to what we have now. Anything's better. At least we'd have some type of culture.
Every
of
10
winning
seconds that
something.
pass that I keep thinking about the fact that you want him as your GM, it just gets worse.
Because that's how bad our GM is.
Let's
Yeah,
move on out of this turbulent section.
Be realistic.
Let's go to the last segment of the week, the Ride or Die in 5, where we give you 5 best betting picks in the NFL this weekend. To recap, last week, folks, Malin and I went 3-2. We were holding up the right side of the 500 mark. G-Money and Nestor, 2-3.
I hate you, Phil.
You know what? It could have been worse. It could have been a lot crazier.
It really could have been.
Because G-Money was drinking that camp stock last week.
That's right. I was making drunk ass picks. I was like, damn. You know.
And Nestor was drinking Sky Vodka, so there you go. That's what. Just damn. So this week,
Jalen Hurts had fucked us.
He did that.
Well, that sounded a lot worse than what I meant it to, but it's concussion.
Well, you're not going to have to worry about seeing the proctologist for a while.
That's going to be a TikTok video. All right, let's go.
This week, we are going to start off with a Saturday game. Saturday at 1, we have the Chargers going to Foxborough to play my Patriots, where the Chargers are 5-point favorites. G-Money, we will start with you.
Well, why pick sober when you go 2 and 3 drunk? You know, I'm going to go with the Chargers. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to go with the Chargers. I just think it'll come down to coaching, and I have more faith in Harbaugh than I do in mayonnaise.
I am going to ride with my Patriots plus the 5 points here. I've said it before, but we typically play teams pretty close. We just shit the bed every time. That's how it is. A lot of times it's predictable too. It's not even like we have any actual business being in the game. We just play teams tight and just kind of hang around. So if you're gonna give me 5 points at home, if this was in LA, I wouldn't really take it. I think we're gonna get the doors blown off us. But at home, I think we could make this a 1 possession game for sure. So I'll take the 5 points at home. Malin.
I would just like to remind our listeners that the reason why the Patriots are 5-point underdogs at home is because Bill Belichick was the GM for so many years. But back to the Ride or Die in 5. I think that the Chargers just have too much to play for. I think Jim Harbaugh is going to have that team ready to play. I'm going to go ahead and take the Chargers with the -5. Just that Chargers defense is stingy, man. And they're going up against a rookie quarterback. Drake May has impressed. He has impressed. But I think the Chargers are good for 5 points. I'm going to go ahead and take the Chargers.
Nestor.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Chargers. I just think they're playing very well, very good physical football, and I had another reason I completely forgot. Doesn't matter. Chargers for me.
I'm liking it. Let's go to the next game here. I just almost broke my computer. Broncos at Bengals. The other Saturday game, or another Saturday game at 4:30. This one, the Bengals are 3-point favorites at home. I will go first here. Both of these teams have playoff implications. Bengals need to win out in order to get a spot in the playoffs. I believe the Broncos just need to win in order to clinch a spot in the playoffs. So tough one. Broncos coming off a loss. Bengals are kind of hot right now. I am going to ride with the Bengals at home minus the 3. I don't know. It just seems like with the way that they're playing right now, the connection between Burrow and Chase is very strong right now. They finally got that worked out. The Broncos, not that they're playing bad football, I feel like they're going up against a team that's even hungrier than them right now. The Bengals know that they have to win out here, so I think they're going to be playing kind of desperate, and rather than the Broncos, who have a little bit of wiggle room. So take the Bengals to cover at home, very tentatively. Go ahead, Malin.
Watching Bengals play this year, I do believe that it does take a little bit of luck to win games. And a lot of luck they have not had this year. But and shoring up some holes. Bo Nix, even though he had like a good 5-game stretch, hasn't necessarily been killing it lately. This is at Cincy. I hope they wear them black jerseys and them orange pants again. That's a good look for them. I think Burrow and company at home, both teams fighting for a playoff spot. I just think Cincy is a little bit more desperate right now. So I'm going to go and take Cincy with minus 3.
Nestor.
Yeah, I think Cincinnati is 7-2 against the spread in the last 9 games that they were favorites. And then Bo Nix going over there as a rookie. This is a home game for Cincinnati. I think with the playoff implications they have, they're gonna come through. So, give me the Bengals.
And G Money.
Yeah, I'm going with Cincy too. I feel that Denver will probably put Surtain on Chase, and that'll leave Higgins open. Look for a big game from Higgins. But in all honesty, if Cincy doesn't win this game, and for some reason they don't make the playoffs, they're looking for a new head coach. So give me Cincy minus the 3.
All right, fair enough. All in agreement there. Saturday night game. We've got a big NFC West matchup. Cardinals at Rams. Rams are 6-point favorites at home. Malin, we will start with you.
All right, I'm going to bring out my best Junebug impersonation. And I'm just going to pick what I need to have happen. Which I need Arizona to win. And I want them to win big. I want them to demoralize the Rams. I'm going to take Arizona and the 6 on this. And I'm really not that impressed with the Rams offense the last 2 weeks. They win 12-6 against the Niners. They win 19-9 against the Jets. I think that Arizona is healthier and playing better football than both of those teams. I just have a feeling that Arizona is going to come out and play some good ball. In the Rams, they've just seemed ever since that win against Buffalo, man. Everyone was like, "Oh, after they beat Buffalo, they still won their last 2 games, so they've won 3 in a row." But they've looked like they could be had in these last 2 games. So we'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and take Arizona.
Nestor.
I like that the Rams are playing at home. I think Arizona maybe overplayed in the first half of the season. They look much better than what they actually are. And they kind of, I think it was a lot of disappointments for the last couple of months, I would say. I don't know if a certain game came out, Kyler Murray was like, you know what, screw this, I'm playing Marvel Rivals. So I just like the Rams more, even when they're not giving anything to Cooper Cup. I think Sean McVay is a great coach. I think he's like 15-2 against the spread in December. He's going to come out and he's going to coach this team, guide them right to the playoffs. So give me the Rams.
My man's got the Sean McVay December spread stats.
There you go.
Go ahead, G Money.
I mean, as much as it pains me, I like the Rams in this. I mean, the Cardinals, the last 5 games are 1-4. I mean, and it's not like they lost to quality teams. I mean, they lost to us twice, and here we are struggling with Chicago. They lost to Carolina in overtime. I mean, they're just not that good. They're not that good. And though I am surprised by the Rams, I'm surprised by how well they are actually playing now. I can't not take them. As much as I want them to lose, I cannot not take the Rams. So I'm taking the Rams.
I'm going to take the Cardinals to come within 6 here because with the Cardinals knowing what the Rams have at stake, and it's a divisional game, they're going to play each other tough regardless. But once you throw in the fact that the Cardinals probably want to spoil the Rams' playoff hopes, or at least throw a wrench into that, I think they're going to play a tough game here. And like Nestor, Malin, you guys have mentioned, the Rams in December against the spread, at least, it's like kind of like the Cardinals here. I'm digging what the Cardinals can do in this specific situation. So give me the Cardinals +6 here. So I've got G Money and Nestor. You guys are taking the Rams to cover, though, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sunday at 1, we've got the Packers and the Vikings. Big game here. 1.5 point favorites are the Vikings. Nestor, you can go first.
I hate this one because I don't care how supposedly versatile they say the Green Bay offense is. I don't think they're versatile at all. I just think Jordan Love can't make up his mind about who his star wide receiver is going to be because everybody's just decent at best. I don't like I'm not excited about their offense, and I don't like that they're facing a team that knows how to defend very well, and they're going over to them. That being said, I'm gonna stick to my guns.
That being said,
I don't know why, but I just feel like Green Bay. I do feel like Green Bay is the more potentially consistent team, and you have to remember it's Sam Darnold on the other side you're playing against, and it's just I don't trust the dude. I can't. So give me Green Bay.
Oh, this game's stressing me out.
You got me. All right, G Money, you can go ahead. We're by the way, almost at 2-minute mark of this Thursday night game, folks. So disregard us in the sidebar.
We start yelling and cussing. I'm going with Minnesota. I mean, Minnesota beat Green Bay at Green Bay. And I just tend to think that both offensively and defensively, they're a better team right now than Green Bay.
I am also going to take Minnesota at home. This was really a coin toss for me. 1.5 is, at that point, almost a pick 'em game. So at home, I like the Vikings' chances against a Green Bay team that, wow. Sorry. Against a Green Bay team that I feel like is pretty evenly matched. But hey, the Vikings, Sam Darnold, they're playing really, really good football right now. But Nestor did mention it. Green Bay, Jordan Love has a hard time finding his number one receiver. Vikings is quite clear. Obviously, that's JJ.
Shit.
So, yeah. Malin, tell us how you really feel, please.
What are we talking about?
Oh, damn.
Packers, Vikings.
Fuck both those teams that beat my Seahawks. All right, I'll be real easy. Green Bay beat the shit out of my Seahawks, and we barely lost to the Vikings. So I don't care where they're playing. I'm taking the Packers. Motherfucker. Fuck.
Okay.
This is where you have a mobile quarterback.
Sorry,
He drops the ball, and you still can't. Okay, I was about to say, what the fuck is happening?
I'm sorry, G Money. You picked the.
Right.
I picked the Vikings.
You picked the Vikings. Okay, so Malin was the only person that picked the Packers.
I picked them too.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Jesus. Sorry, distracted over here. All right, last game we've got Sunday night game. We've got the Falcons going to Washington. Washington 4-point favorites. G Money, we will start with you.
I'm going with Washington. Atlanta's got to show me something on offense, really, that they can be consistent, that Pitts can actually catch the ball. So, give me Washington minus the 4.
I am going to put a little faith, and my money where my mouth is on the Falcons +4 here. Michael Penix looked good. If he can just keep this a tight game. Also, if I'm thinking that the Falcons are going to win this division, they could pretty much seal the deal by winning this game right here. So even if they don't win it here, if they're just close enough, give me 4 points on the road for the Falcons, I'll take that. So Atlanta +4 is what I'm rolling with. Malin.
All right, you know what? I can't be a hypocrite, Jalen. I said Michael Penix was named starter, and I thought they were going to go 3-0 and win the division. I can't then turn around and pick the Commanders. I mean, I didn't think the Commanders were going to beat the Eagles, but I didn't think Jalen Hurts was going to get his head rocked either. I think that Bijan Robinson is a really good running back. They got weapons on offense. I think Michael Penix is better than little Kenny Pickett. So I'm taking the Falcons and going to give me them 4 points.
Nestor.
I am taking Washington. Jaden Daniels is playing at home. That stadium is going to be loud as hell.
No, it won't.
They just beat Philly.
It's fucking FedEx Field. It won't be loud.
That'll be loud enough. I think they got this. I think they beat Atlanta by a touchdown. Give me Washington.
All right, so let me recap here as we watch the final couple minutes of this game. We got a lot of differences this week. Unlike previous weeks. So
I think you and I still picked a lot of the same games though, Jalen.
Yeah, for the most part.
Tackle.
For the
Sorry.
Saturday 1:00 game, Chargers Patriots. I took my Patriots plus the 5 points. The rest of you guys took the Chargers to cover. The next Saturday game, Broncos and Bengals. We all took the Bengals to cover. Saturday night, Cardinals and Rams. Myself and Malin took the Cardinals plus 6. Nestor and G Money took the Rams to cover. Sorry. It's ridiculous. Packers and Vikings. Malin and Nestor took the Packers plus 1.5. Myself and G Money took
You
the
fucking
Vikings.
caught that? Are you fucking kidding me?
12 seconds late.
You know what? A Doomsday, fuck you.
And last but not least, Falcons and Commanders. Myself, Malin took the Falcons plus 4. Nestor and G Money took the
30
Commanders
14 and you
minus
give
4.
up a first down.
This is why we're not a good team.
You cockeyed motherfuckers.
They're gonna give up a touchdown. Watch this.
So we're gonna watch the rest of this game here, folks. We only have 30 seconds. So let's see what happens here. As the Bears appear to be in field goal range.
I used to be no Doomsday fan. And, now I hope Midget cuts his feet off. So that's fine.
And they gotta burn a time. Wow.
Running for his fucking life and finds a Doomsday just laying on the ground. Motherfuckers.
This is going overtime.
You think this is going in overtime, Nestor?
It would be the most boring thing to happen. It will happen.
This is worse than the Rams-Niners game.
It is. It is. This does not need to go to overtime. Hey, kickers have been missing a lot this year, so there is no guarantee.
Oh my god.
There is that. There is that.
I'm so pissed off right now. I'm so angry.
Bears fans are
Jalen, you're ahead of us,
conflicted.
so
Yeah, half the fans want the Bears to win. The other half are like,
Jalen
let's
likes
just
to
lose.
there for the Seahawks. He was just shaking his head, yes. He was
Yeah.
liking that.
There was a whole lot of nothing over there.
He could be faking you out, you know.
No,
Down the
he
poker table.
take me out. He wants the Seahawks to win.
And then he's like, then you see the play and you're like, son of a bitch. Yeah, that's a bad throw. And that was a throw out of bounds anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if he was throwing it away or what he was trying to do with that ball.
Oh, this guy
But he could have got.
Yeah, you gotta
that's
tell me
good
what
and ten.
happens, man. You gotta tell me what happens, Jalen.
I'm gonna just let y'all wait
Can't
and
do it.
see.
No,
Yeah. Oh,
no, don't.
oh, fuck.
In the face next time.
Fuck.
Jalen said that in the most calmest way possible, so not worried.
Yeah. I feel concerned.
Oh,
Like,
well,
yeah.
actually,
it's okay.
that was nothing happened, so now they have to kick a field goal. All right, you should have just told me that, Jalen.
I am
took, like,
trying to
6
be
months off my
a
life.
partial third party.
No,
I mean, he-
6 months off of my life.
I mean, I don't like
Really?
Caleb when he throws a pass like that. He walks away shaking his head. It's like, dude, who the fuck were you throwing that to? I mean, first of all, your wide
Wait,
receiver
are
was
they
like,
going for it on 4th and 10?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they're
They're
doing.
not going to go. Are they going for it?
Oh shit.
Jalen, don't make me wait on this one.
Oh shit.
oh yeah,
Okay, timeout.
Oh shit.
Wait, why are you laughing?
No,
Oh,
they're
shit.
just in timeout.
Oh, the timeout. Okay, I was like, Jalen, don't fucking don't do this to me, Jalen.
Oh, someone's like overtime feeds families.
Oh shit! I mean,
This is not possible.
I can't take that helmet serious.
Oh, the Guardian cap.
Yeah, I just can't. I wish Tua took it serious.
This is
All right,
rich.
what happened?
You'll see here in a second.
Interception! Interception! We're still
where was he
alive,
fucking?
Gary.
Where was he throwing that to? I mean, once
We're
again,
still alive.
What an idiot!
well, that's the
What was
game.
that?
I mean, yeah,
What a-
exactly.
That offensive line didn't help it. That offensive line didn't help him at all.
No.
What
I
an
mean,
idiot.
it was 4th and 10. He had to like throw up a prayer because there was all kinds of white shirts running in his face. I mean, Brian, you know what I mean? It's like he didn't even have a moment to let that play develop. I would have put that in the kicker's hands. to try
Yeah,
to
why
tie
didn't?
it.
That's what I want to know. Why didn't they just
I
try the field goal?
try
50,
it? That's got to be a
55 some
better.
odd, 55, 60-yard field goal.
I mean, they said his career long is 55, but that's still got to be a better chance than 4th and 10.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many things that could happen at 4th and 10.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like
So
the Bears are like trying to lose that game. All right, well, that's the second game with no touchdowns. That's cool.
Hey, a dub's a dub.
That was an ugly game, and
I
it
got
didn't need to be.
got a lot of fantasy points out of that from the boys Smith and Jigman Charbonnet. When I say a lot, I mean to the tune of 16.8 combined.
I mean,
So, but
did
hey,
you
I got 16 points out of Seattle's defense, though.
I was going to say you had their defense, so you had to do pretty good about that.
Yeah, I did. I had their defense. Wasn't even thinking about that.
Hey, I'm sure Amazon is stoked.
You know, I did not even think about the fact that I was going to bring it up tonight, Jalen, that I'm guaranteed to have a better record than Nestor. Because he's playing, or I'm playing for the 9th place game, and he's playing for the 11th place game.
This
So
is
he's either
some
going to be
bullshit.
last or second.
Random
last.
ass bullshit. This injured ass, dead ass team has to now play for like 12th against fucking KU Colts.
Yeah, so I'm going to end up higher than him. That is hilarious. I love it.
Well,
I love it. All right, well, that was the most uninteresting football game I've watched in a long time.
Yeah, I was
9
gonna
total
say,
points.
I'm sure Amazon is they're stoked to have this game on their time slot.
Like, aren't we glad we paid $1 billion for shit like this?
9 points, though, man. That is just bad.
It's really bad. It truly is. I mean, you look at the game and you're like, man, why could we not? And then you realize it's because offensively we kept stalling. We kept shooting ourselves in the foot. It was like, God damn, man. Someone take the gun away from him. Just take the gun away. It was, yeah. I mean, 6-3. Fucking impressive.
Hey,
That will do it
a
for
win's
this
a
week's
win.
episode.
That's the epitome of a win is a win.
Yes.
That is the epitome of it.
Folks, we'll be back next week at our usual time, Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So, want to tune in live? Feel free to do so. With that being said, everyone have a very good week. Have a happy New Year. We will see you on the first day of the year of 2025.
Yes.
Peace out.
Peace.